My name is Sakshi and I tell abuse stories of people. So today's story is about a young girl who had a brother on her dad's side of the family, her only sibling, whom she called her step sibling. He once met her in November of 2022 after she got her first period. He asked her if she wanted to explore each other's bodies. She turned him down multiple times, but he kept insisting, so she eventually gave in. That is not how consent works. Consent is given in one time. If you ask someone if they want to do something and they say yes, not I don't know, maybe, that is not a yes. A yes is only a yes. So if you don't get it in the first time, just go away. They did stuff like kissing and touching from above the clothes, but one night he wanted to do more. She told him no, and he choked her until she said yes. He took her virginity that night, and remember, this was soon after she had gotten her first period, so she would have been quite young, probably 13 or 14 years. And this does impact really badly to anyone of such a young age. And this was all forced upon her by someone who was supposed to be her brother. He threatened her that if she told anyone about this, he would hurt her even more. She was scared for her life, so she stayed silent. Every time she said no, he would hit her. He would slap her with the opposite side of his palm. He would punch her in the gut or ribs, and even choke her if she didn't give him what he wanted. She would have legit light bruises on her wrists, neck, and other parts of her body, but she would cover them up. He visited her for the entire year of 2022 while her family and her moved from Georgia to New York. Then he went back to California to live with his mom. He came back during the summer of 2023. This time, she was more insistent on saying no and fighting back. But whenever she refused, he would hit her even harder and drag her into bed by grabbing her hair. In October 2023, he went to her room. She was lying on her bed. He thought that she was asleep. She had been late for her period by a month and a half. She kept quiet and let him do what he wanted. She squirmed when it got too painful. Then he stopped and went back to his room. It was his last night with her and her family, and all this while her mother was just in the next room to hers. I don't know why, but a lot of parents do a terrible job at protecting their children. Like, they don't actually need to be around them all the time, but they can just notice how their child is acting, how their child has changed, how their child behaves around a certain person. Do they feel scared around them? Do they not want to go around them? But I've seen a lot of parents force their children to meet certain people just because they're their relatives or family members. But if your child doesn't feel safe around them, then stop forcing them to meet them. They don't have to meet them if they don't want to, but unfortunately, a lot of parents just don't understand this. They should, because it's your child. Is your child less important than the fact that your relatives are gonna become sad because you refused them to to let them meet your child? Is that more important than your child's safety? And a lot of parents invade their child's privacy constantly. They will read their diaries, they will search their rooms, and whatnot. But when it comes to their safety, they are so clueless that they don't even know what's going on in their child life. They focus on the unimportant stuff, like they focus on the why. Okay, but the why is only because Why are you sad? You should be happy. But they never really ask why they're sad, the reason why they're sad. They are just like, you shouldn't be sad. Whatever the reason is, we don't care. Just put on a smile and go on with your day. That is not happiness. That is not. That is a fake reality. And your child shouldn't have to live in a fake reality. When a child actually needs someone, they are nowhere to be found. Either they just don't notice it, which is honestly untrue, because how can someone not notice that their own child is in trouble, that their own family members are harming their child? How do you not notice that? How do you not notice that your child's happiness is slipping away, that your child is slipping away? How do you not notice that? There are so many signs, but I think that parents just choose to ignore them because it's difficult for them to deal with it, difficult for them to understand it. But why would anyone else try to understand if you can't? Who else will help them if you can't? If you won't, you can help them, but you choose not to, and it's horrible. Your child needs you, so be there for them. Next, she tells that 3 months later she got her period, which she was pretty sure that it was a miscarriage. She was only 15 at the time. She just opened up about this self harm, suicidal thoughts to her doctor in 2024 when she went to her third hospital in 6 days, 2 hours away from where she lives. She passed out 20 times in those days. She is talking to detectives, child advocates, and police, but since she waited so long to confess, he would only go to jail if he confessed himself that he did all those things to her. A lot of victims at such a young age don't even know what's happening to them. Okay, so how will they explain it to someone else? Because it's not talked about in our families. Good touch, bad touch, rape, sexual abuse, all of this is not talked about enough in our families, and it should be. Because how else can a child even know that what's happening to them is wrong? It feels wrong, but then you feel like maybe it's just your fault that it's happening to you. And a lot of times child is not even able to tell their parents what's happening because they feel like either they won't understand or they'll just blame them for it. Like, why did you even go to them? What were you doing around them? That scares the child. That scares them. You can't blame them for not speaking up at the right time. Whenever they speak up is the right time. That is the right time for you to take action. Which I'm so glad that she is taking action and standing up for herself. And I hope that he goes to jail and gets what he deserves. Okay, so she tells that he is a year younger than him, and her mother thinks that he did the same to other girls too, and she feels awful for not opening up sooner again. It's not your fault. It's not your fault for not opening up sooner, for not being able to tell anyone that he did all those horrible things to you. It was never your fault. It will never be your fault. It was all his fault. All that abuse is, when a person gets abused, their brain chemistry changes. The way their brain works totally changes. And you can't just go around like a normal person. You can, sure, fake it. You can try to be as normal as you can be, but you really can't, because what's happening to you is not happening to the rest of the people around you, and they are not even noticing that you are changing. So it's not your fault, okay? And I'm so proud of you that you are finally taking a stand for yourself, and you are really brave for doing it, because a lot of people are just scared to speak up, and the fact that you are doing that makes you so much brave. And I send you a lot of power and love from my side, so that you can fight for it. You can fight for yourself, you can fight against him and win this. He manipulated her by saying that it was her fault and that she wanted it, and she went to him. He also claimed to be helping her with her mental health, which she thought was true until she broke free of his manipulation and realized how he had been doing her wrong. She didn't even know that what he was doing was wrong until she broke free of her manipulation. He was manipulating her so badly that she thought he was helping her. She trusted her brother deeply, but this is what he did in return. Her parents also suspect him of doing the same to her trans brother, who is a year older than her, based on his reaction every time they sent him back home. She hopes that he didn't hurt her younger brother or his own younger sister. If he doesn't go to jail, his father will be sending her to a mental hospital or somewhere to get him the help that he seriously needs. Her dad is going to California to take care of his brother and distance himself from her mother since they are getting a divorce. She hopes that he changes, but even if he does, she can never see herself talking to him ever again. And you shouldn't have to. Honestly, these kind of people never change. They can put on a different face, they can say that, oh, I'm a changed person, but they don't. Their core still remains the same. They crave for hunger, they crave for dominance, because in their mind they are such strong, powerful creatures who can get whatever they want whenever they want, because they are them. That's it. For them, it's just who they are. That they deserve so much, they deserve everything, they deserve every part of your body. But it's not true. And honestly, in my experience, I don't think that these people ever change. They just get worse with time. They just become even filthier as they grow up. They never really grew up, honestly. They just increase in age, and they just keep on living on this earth with their filthy faces and filthy thoughts. You know, we all often hear in our societies that girls should dress in a certain way. Women should cover their faces, cover their body, so that men do not look at them, men do not perceive them in a certain way, but they do. It doesn't matter what you wear, it doesn't matter what you look like, it doesn't matter what you do, where you go, where you are. It doesn't, nothing matters. All that matters is you are a woman. Honestly, that even that doesn't matter. What matters is who they are. It's them who does all that. It's them who perceives everyone in a certain way. It's they perceive themselves in a way that they feel like they deserve so much, but they don't. They feel like they have so much power and they can do anything. They can do anything to anyone, but they can't. And they just don't understand it. They just don't get it. And they go on and do stuff to anyone they see. And it doesn't matter what you wear, it's who they are. That needs to change. Our society has been trying to control women since the beginning of this planet, I think. And that hasn't changed anything. The crime rates are going above each day. So I think our society needs to change its tactics and start controlling the men. They should put boundaries around men. They should teach young boys that they should respect everyone regardless of their gender, their race, their sexuality, anything. I think these things shouldn't even matter anymore because what century are we living in? It shouldn't matter what gender, race, sexuality, country, religion. At the end of the day, we are all humans. Why can't we just live like that? Most of her family and her boyfriend said that he is lucky that he is 3,000 miles away from them because they all want to kill him. Honestly, I don't blame them. This was her story, and I have just one question for all the men who claim themselves to be protectors. Who are you protecting us from? Reflections of yourself. Because honestly, we are good without your protection. We don't need anybody's protection. All we want is to be left alone, okay? We just want a safe environment. Just build a safe environment where you don't have to protect us from anyone. See what your friends are doing. Do they disrespect people? Do they disrespect women? Do they make rape jokes? Do they give rape threats out in the open to women? If they do, tell them that it's wrong. And if they make fun of you for being a supporter of women, then I think that you shouldn't be friends with them. And if you think that, wow, they are so right, then you are the same as them. I've seen a lot of brothers who claim to be protectors, but they are the one we need protection from, honestly. Because they go out, do the same to other people's sisters that they protect their own sisters from. They are the same as them. So I don't know what's happening in this world. I really hope that people start accepting that there is a parasite in our society that has existed for far too long, and now it is time that we destroy it. Change starts from within. So if you can't change the world, change yourself. You don't have to change anybody else because you cannot do that. I can fix her, I can fix him. No, you can't. The only one who can fix him or her or them is themselves. They are the only ones that can do that. So you just need to start focusing on fixing yourself. You need to start listening to good podcasts instead of those alpha male, sigma male, whatever podcasts. Listen to good podcasts that actually benefit you, actually feed you good information. Listen to good people, be around good people, and you will start being a good person who around whom other people feel safe. Honestly, I think that everyone should study child psychology before having a baby. That should really be a must. I've been saying this one thing from years that before becoming a parent, there should be a test for becoming a parent, and if you cannot clear that test, you should not be a parent. Because honestly, being a parent is a difficult job. It's not easy being a parent. And I've seen so many parents say, you won't understand what being a parent is like, it's not easy. I know that it's not easy, I never said that it was easy, but you are a parent now, so you should know what your child is going through without having to like wait for your child to come up to you and say that they are going through something. Go up to your child, ask them about their day, ask them how they are doing. Maybe they'll open up to you. Create a safe environment for your child. Create a safe space so that your child feels comfortable around you, comfortable enough that they can share anything with you. That's all I wanted to say today. And whose story I was telling today, I really hope that you win that case, and I really hope that he gets what he deserves. And maybe, if it's even possible, he becomes a better person, but you never have to meet him ever again if you don't want to. Honestly, you shouldn't, because it will bring back memories, and you it's possible that you break all over again. But it's up to you. If you want to meet him, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. So please be safe and be happy and take care.